you understand the requirements to do the oil business here? For both the gas oil and the diesel for importation.
I would like to answer all these questions in Swahili.
It was even difficult to communicate with her because even the language of communication was only Kiswahili.
I've also been reading in the social media.
Yes.
And I'd have really wished even to see who is this person known as Anne.
My name is Anne Njeri Njoroge. I'm the CEO of Anne's Import and Export Enterprise Limited.
First of all, I wanted to understand you are a director in Anne Njeri Imports.
Export.
You are a director
I'm
there.
a director of Anne's Import and Export Enterprise Limited.
Okay. And you have been in operation for how long?
From year 2009.
Those are how many years?
14.
14 years. So, do you understand the requirements to do the oil business here? For both the gas oil and the diesel for importation.
I would like to answer all these questions in Swahili because of
Yeah. Hiyo ni sawa.
Yeah.
I don't know kwa Kiswahili tutauliza namna gani, lakini katika kule kufanya hiyo biashara yako
Ndio.
Unaelewa requirements ni? There should be a better masharti, sio mahitaji. Mahitaji ni needs. Stakabadhi na pia unaelewa katika biashara ya mafuta. Kama wewe ni mfanye biashara ya mafuta, kuna framework ambayo tunatumia. Na kwa muda mrefu sana tumekuwa tunatumia ile inaitwa open tender system. Kwamba sio serikali, lakini wale ambao wanauza mafuta katika hiyo biashara ya kuuza mafuta, iwe ni petrol station, iwe ni kuleta mafuta kutoka nje, wamekuwa wanatumia hiyo open tender system because mafuta vile inafanyika biashara yake inajulikana kama kwa mwaka mafuta inatumika kiasi gani, na huwezi leta mafuta ya pesa mingi kama ina mtu ya kununua hapa ama pale nje. Unajua pia wale ambao wanapata mafuta katika neighbor zetu, pia sisi inapitia hapa kama Uganda. Kwa hivyo demand yao pia huwa tunaijua. Kama ni Rwanda, demand yao huwa tunaijua because hiyo mafuta inapitia hapa. Sasa ile nataka kuelewa, umeelewa kabisa hiyo framework ya kuleta mafuta, kwamba hata kama ni mafuta yako, mafuta kwanza inapita through a system ambayo wale wote private sector wanaleta mafuta huwa wanajumuika katika process ya kuleta mafuta kupitia G2G currently, ambayo kitambo ilikuwa inaitwa open tender system. Ndio huwezi leta mafuta ambayo hujui mnunuzi wake ni nani. Unaielewa hiyo?
Ya kwamba sikuwa nimeifahamu wala sikuwa nimeielewa wakati nilileta mafuta, manake nilikuwa nje na nilikuwa ninaangalia news kuna shortage ya mafuta Kenya, na nikasema nilete mafuta ambayo itaweza kusaidia nchi ya Kenya ama nchi yangu, na nijaribu kama soko itakuwa na kama nilileta kama CIF, manake sikuwa ninajua mambo ya tendering na hizo vitu vingine vyote. Kwa hivyo nilileta kama CIF ile ambayo ningeweza kuuzia off takers as CIF.
Na sasa kama umekuwa kwa 14 years kwa hii biashara,
ndio,
na kulingana na statement yako ambayo nimesikia ni kwamba ulisema ulikatazwa license na uliomba license ukiwa mafuta iko pale Mombasa. Uliwezaje kufanya hii biashara kwa miaka 14 bila license?
Ya kwamba sikuwa ninajua inahitajika nikuwe na license ya hiyo ya mafuta.
Lakini umesema tayari umefanya hiyo biashara kwa miaka 14.
Ya niko na license ya general commodities which is include product zote, lakini hii ya energy sikuelewa ya kwamba ilikuwa inahitajika, na wakati niliambiwa inahitajika nilichukua jukumu ya kufanya application na nika apply kwa April.
Ushaiuza mafuta yoyote Kenya?
Sijai kuuza mafuta yote Kenya.
Hujawahi leta mafuta yote Kenya?
Hapana.
Kwa hivyo hujawahi hata kuwa na license ya EPRA?
Hapana.
Na hii miaka 14 ulikuwa unauza mafuta wapi?
Nilikuwa nauzia mafuta Dubai, watu wakitoka nchi ya East Africa ama West Africa ama South Africa. Kwa hivyo ninauzia hizo nchi zote nikiwa Dubai. So wakinunua mafuta kama wanaileta Kenya ama inaenda nchi nyingine, sifuatilie.
Kujua requirements ya kuleta mafuta kabla uilete?
Wakati nimeingia Kenya na mafuta ilikuwa nyuma yangu, sikuelewa ya kwamba ni lazima ukuwe na hiyo license ndio uweze kuuza mafuta Kenya. Na nimesema hapo mbele ya kwamba wakati nilifahamu na nikaelezwa ninatakikana kuwa na license, nichukua jukumu ya kufanya application with all the documentation zilikuwa zinatakikana.
Okay. Na kule Dubai ulikuwa unauza mafuta, ulikuwa na license ya kuuza huko?
Ndio, niko na kila kitu. Niko nayo.
Kiasi kikubwa zaidi ushaiuza mafuta kule Dubai ukanunua ni mafuta kiasi gani?
Mafuta huwa ninauza, meli zangu zote huwa zinabeba 100,000 metric ton. Not less than that. Ninauza mafuta ya aina baribari, si product moja.
Hii mafuta ulilipia, umesema ulilipia kupitia H something bank eh?
HSBC.
Wapi hiyo letter of credit yake? Na uelewe vizuri kwamba mimi mwenyewe na wengine wa kamati tutakwenda mpaka kule kwa hiyo bank, kwa sababu kwa hii mafuta pia tumepewa bank ambayo imelipa na tumeconfirm authenticity ya document ya kulipia pia hiyo mafuta hiyo katika hiyo MT Ogui kupitia kwa another bank KCB, kupitia kwa mnunuzi mwingine. Labda huenda nyinyi mnang'ang'ania mafuta tofauti, huenda meli yako bado iko in the sea, because lazima tujaribu kuelewa where the problem is kwa sababu hii pesa ni mingi, na kama haijalipwa in cash imelipwa kwa bank, and I'm happy umeandika bank. Kwa hivyo hii bank ambaye ilifanya hii transfer, it is now a government issue, and the commitment by this committee, even if we can not pull, we will go and establish that payment. So that is why we have to be extremely careful with our submissions, because if we were talking about a small figure, and remember it cuts both sides, then if somebody takes your product, obviously it's going to finish you. If somebody else, you're taking their product, it's also a problem. And like I said, we are a committee of equal chance. So we will take your word for it and the documents, then we will verify the authenticity of the documents, because we do not have the capacity to verify now, but we will verify the documents. So the other thing ambayo ningetaka kukuuliza, labda nikikaribia kumalizia, ni the bill of lading yako ambayo nimeangalia haisomeki na iko na key details ambayo inapaswa kuwa kwa bill of lading ambayo haiko. Ni inawezekana kutupatia original bill of lading, because hii ambayo umesubmit ambayo maybe labda members you can have a look at this, you can't tell what it is, so that even zile document ambazo tunapata hapa ziwe ni documents labda ambazo zina we can be able to know whether they are original.
Nita provide colored copies, niko nayo. I have a set of colored copies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So na wewe kwa hivyo katika hizi sheria, hata hii mambo ya nomination nani analeta mafuta kupitia kwa the G2G au huja participate katika hizo vitu?
Hapana.
Na hata hujawahi zisikia?
Sijai kusikia.
Chair.
Okay.
Chair.
I'm coming there. Na okay.
Just on a point she mentioned.
Yes.
She said that amesema ya kwamba yuko na hizo copies sasa. Si umuitishe uchukue. Asiapeane saa hii tafadhali. Thank you.
Tunasema zile ziko hapa. Okay, so members, you can just circulate this to have a look. It's still not in the format of the bill of lading, but you can have a look at it. So your license for
Hiyo bureau of
operations
trading nimepeana ya
yes.
ya trader, it's not ya importer.
Your trader, not importer. Okay. So na ushaisikia kitu inaitwa buyer participation kwa hii biashara ya mafuta? Like hata ukileta mafuta unajua hii quantity inaenda kwa huyu, hii quantity inaenda na huyu.
Sasa hiyo nimeanza kusikia na nilikuwa ninajitayarisha kwa hiyo jambo.
Okay.
Kama nitapewa hiyo nafasi.
Yeah. So members, nitawa request I think let us not be hostile to the witness. Tumuulize tu maswali ambayo yakusaidia kujua ukweli.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Through the chair, mama wetu Anne Njeri, sisi pia sio wafanyabiashara wa mafuta, lakini kwa kukaa kwa hii komiti kuna vile tumeangalia makaratasi ya wale wanafanya hiyo biashara. So tumejua kuna stakabadhi fulani yenye ni lazima ukue nayo ukiwa mfanyabiashara wa mafuta. So kwa hii document zako kuna vitu sisi hatuoni. Maybe kama uko nazo hapa utatuambia. Hiyo mafuta yenye umesema imepotea, ulikuwa unatakana utupe certificate of quantity, kuna kitu inaitwa certificate of origin, na hizo vitu yote yenye inaonyesha details ya hiyo mafuta yako yenye iko kwa hiyo meli. Lakini sasa kulingana na vile tumeona documents zako, sisi hatuzioni hizo details.
Hizo document zote ziko
hapa hivi.
Kuna bureau of trading, certificate of origin, cargo manifest, certificate of entrustment, kuna ATB, authority to board, na kuna Q88, na kuna SGS. Ya 7 documents.
Alafu mafuta yako uliuziwa na?
Kwenye hizo document niko na barua mbili ya kudhibitisha ya kwamba hiyo mafuta ni ya Anne's Import and Export from the refinery. Ile inajaza mafuta kwa meli ambayo niko na allocation nayo, na imetuma hiyo barua mpaka hapa. Na iko kwenye hizo document zote, kuna barua mbili.
Yaani sela mwenye amekuuzia hiyo mafuta huko? Ndio nani?
Ninanunua mafuta yangu katika nchi ya Russia.
Russia.
Kutoka kwa nani?
Kuna allocation from the refinery.
Through the chair, sorry. Kutoka kwa nani?
From the refinery.
Inayoitwa nani?
Iko kwenye document zote.
Lakini unafaa kuwa unajua hiyo refinery yenyewe jina lake nani?
Kwa documents tunataka kuona hiyo jina ya mwenye kukuuzia hiyo mafuta.
I'll give the name right now.
No, let us move this way, because when we pile questions, it will confuse.
Bado sijamaliza swali ya mwisho. Ngoja tupatie hizo.
Let me ask you, Anne Njeri.
Yes.
Nikuulize tu, katika hata ukijaribu kutafuta hiyo jina, yaani kuna Mkenya mwingine kati ya hii mambo yako na mafuta ama ni wewe tu?
Yaani mimi? Ndio.
Peke yako? Hakuna, kuwezi kuwa na uso nyingine?
Hakuna
zimejificha somewhere?
Hapana, ni mimi tu.
Hai. Okay.
Chair.
Sasa jina umeipata?
Ndio, jina nimeipata. Jina ndio hii, na hii ndio refinery. Na iko na stamp zote.
Haya, nitataka tuipate majina yake.
Na Bosque.
You can get the document we see. You read it and then you pass the document. You can read on behalf if you want.
It is on the document I've passed to you with the color.
But Chair and members, I see the name is called LLC Alpha AAA.
All right, pass the document please.
Then mwisho Chair.
Wacha tu amalize hii kuleta.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, what I'm getting is a document written, we LLC Alpha AA with full corporate authority and a penalty of a jury hereby attest that aforementioned oil shipment of diesel EN 590 with the vessel Agui loaded from port of Sihantaki to port of Jeddah, SA is the sole property. Okay, I don't know the purpose of this letter because the proof is not supposed to be the person selling. You see, once you buy bread, you can't get a letter from the shopkeeper to say that bread exclusively belongs to. It's okay, there's no problem with that. But I'm just saying that what we are trying to see is the documentation that matches the port of origin. Like now, what did you say is the port of origin under the bill of lading?
Kazakhstan.
Where?
Kazakhstan. We normally change the documents because there is an issue of the sanctions. So all the oils coming to Africa is all coming from Russia, and then the certificate of origin is from Kazakhstan.
Because now that's where the issue is. Because you see, your seller is a refinery in Russia.
Yes.
And the documents you have are not read in Russia. Don't you think that can be a problem?
Because of the sanctions of the country, and that is understandable by everyone.
Not everyone, because governments, our Kenyan government is bound to international laws. While that is not the subject for now, but you cannot say it is okay to import oil from a sanctioned country when the country is a party to the treaties. So basically, if you look at the bill of lading for other importers, it is the true position of where the oil comes from. Because you see now the challenge is, you understand we'll be going to see where you got the oil from.
There is
So
no
now
problem.
we can see if we go there and in the bill of lading and nobody knows they gave you oil there, then again that becomes a problem. So I'm just bringing to speed on the implication of the document and what is written in the document. We can't help you without having everything on the table. So members, that is the name. I think we can rest the matter there because we have to verify
Cecilia amalize ile line yake ya question.
Okay. Yes. Sasa nilikuwa nimalizie maswali chair, lakini sasa vile dada yetu anajibu inazidi kuleta confusion. Now amesema mafuta anatoa Russia. Then Jeddah ni port ile ya kupea mafuta inasafirishwa. Ni hiyo barua yenye umesoma ni port of Jeddah sijui nini na mafuta imetoka Russia. Tumengoja jina ya mwenye anamuuzia atuoni. Haya, mwisho kabisa wacha mimi nifunge ndio waheshimiwa wenzangu wakuulize maswali. Wakati haya maneno yalitokea, dada yetu ulisema confidently wewe umekuwa kwa hii biashara for 33 years. Then sisi wengine tumekuwa Kenya for karibu na miaka kama hiyo, tunasema like tumekuwa tukisikia hata hii mafuta imefunguliwa juzi Ola Energy kina nani. 33 years hatujajua Anne's imports na inadili na pesa ya aina hiyo. So sisi tukabaki tukishangaa. Leo tena umesema ulianza biashara 2009. It is now less than 33 years again. So ninaomba tu uweze kuwa consistent. Ile information unatupa ikuwe ni moja na yenye umekuwa ukisema. Ndio sisi tuweze kukusaidia kama ni kukusaidia.
Anne's Import and Export is a group of companies. So we started earlier in 1990. Okay, so we have evidence of that. It's all Anne's Import and Export.
Yes.
Chair, mimi si Mswahili, so Kiswahili yangu si sawa kabisa. But let me try. I think you are contradicting yourself, kwa sababu hapo awali ulisema kwamba kampuni ulianzisha 2009. Saizi umerudi tena nyuma ukasema ya kwamba 1990. Hizi ni miaka tofauti kabisa. Inafaa ubainishe wazi kwa sababu ni vizuri. Hii ni nyumba ya records. This is a house of records. Na kabisa ukibainisha wazi vile chair alisema sisi si DCIO, sisi ni watu ambao hutafuta haki ya watu. Na hivyo basi ukitupeleka ile kona na utupeleke kona hii nyingine haifai kabisa. Inafaa tu tuseme ukweli ya maneno ipo. Na chair, nilikuwa na swali mbili, mimi nilikuwa nataka kuuliza kama umenipatia mic chair. Chair, nataka kuuliza, are you the only director in these companies or there are other directors? And if it is so tupatie cheti ya kuonyesha, unajua kampuni ikiregistriwa watu uonyesho there is a documentation of such. Pili, hii kampuni yako iko registered Kenya ama iko registered nje? Na ni kina nani directors? Asante.
Kuna Sitoro nimepeana kwenye file. Si Aratoro kiko kwenye file.
Na si ujibu mko na wengine katika hiyo CR2?
Kwa wakati huu hapana.
Okay. Haya,
asante sana chair. Madam Anne, kuna uwezekano uweze kutuonesha dhibitisho ya kwamba ulilipia hii mafuta? Labda kutoka hapa ama kutoka, kama ulilipia kutoka Dubai, kampuni yako Dubai, ama ulilipia kutoka Kenya, ni benki gani ilikupatia letter of credit, ama ni benki gani iliweza kutransfer bilioni 17 tu yule mnunuzi? Na ukitupatia details za benki ujue ya kwamba tunataka kwenda huko sisi wenyewe kudhibitisha ya kwamba hiyo pesa ilitoka kwao ama hiyo letter of credit iliweza kutoka huko. Asante.
Hiyo inaweza kudhibitisha iko na, lakini it's not for public kwa sababu ya vile kazi ya mafuta inafanyika.
Unajua hapa ni kama kotini kwa sasa, na ndio vizuri ukienda kotini, ni vizuri unaenda na dhibitisho. So hawezi uende huko, hawezi ukaenda huko useme ya kwamba siwezi nikapeana hiyo kwa public. Ukipeana hapa parliament, that is not public. Hii ni sasa koti.
Niko na dhibitisho lakini haiwezi kuwa circulated kwa watu. It's private and confidential.
Na inaweza peanwa kwa chairman wetu.
Anaweza kuiona yeye mwenyewe kwa macho yake.
Let me order. Wajua, this is a matter of national interest, na kwa hivyo hizo document zote zina umuhimu. Hata wale wengine ambao wanasema mafuta ni yao wameleta mpaka hata kuonyesha ile pesa vile, the letter of credit, exact detail, na vile unaweza confirm kwa bank. So kwa hivyo, na pia hata hiyo swali tayari wewe umeijibu, kwa sababu kwa barua yako ambayo umeandika umesema ulilipwa kupitia kwa bank ambayo hata jina yake umeipatiana. Labda chenye au kutuelezea ni kama hiyo payment clearly, was it through credit or as a letter of credit, ama ulilipia cash money?
Huwa ninalipa na MT103 direct wire.
You direct, it was a direct wire. Kwa hivyo ulilipa tu cash money yote?
From one bank to the other bank, yes. And I have the swift copies.
Yes, we will, hiyo tutaiangalia yote, haina shida. So hizo copies zote we will need them ndio sisi tuweze kuconfirm.
Just an intervention.
Yes, please.
Pesa zililipwa kwa, ulituambia awali kwamba Alpha AAA ndio alikuuzia mafuta. Je, ulilipa Alpha AAA?
Nililipa Alpha AAA with the fiduciary accounts because of the sensitivity of the oil and gas.
Okay.
It's allowed.
All right. So na kama tunaendelea ama tunavyoendelea, wewe umesema wewe ndio director tu katika Anne Njeri, Anne's Import and Export, lakini katika document ambayo tuko naye ya registration inaonyeshana katika ownership kuna Anne Njeri na kuna Jitendra Swali and kuna Millennium, all listed under directorship. Millennium Green Homes Limited. Kwa hivyo 3 shareholders. Mbona hao wengine ukawatupilia mbali?
Through the chair, maybe I can clarify that.
Yes.
From the CR12, Jitendra is a company secretary. Jitendra is a company secretary, he's not a director.
Okay.
So Anne Njeri is a director, and the other company is also a shareholder.
Okay.
Millennium, but she's a sole director.
Na vile nimeona hii kampuni sawa tu. Na vile hii kampuni nimeona imeregistriwa hapa Kenya. Na mmesema mmekuwa mna operate Dubai peke yake. Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu ukiwa Dubai you are allowed to do business with other companies. You have other companies nje ya nchi.
Mimi nauliza kampuni hii yako hii ambayo nikiangalia huko Kenya.
Hii nimetengeneza Kenya ndio inafanya hii na ile nyingine pia inafanya vile.
Okay.
Ndio.
Sawa tu.
Trading abroad.
Chair.
On hiyo issue ya shares. CR12 yako inaonyeshana ya kwamba number of shares, ordinary shares 1,000. Pale chini on ownership, number of shares, Millennium Dream Homes Limited wana own 1 share, ordinary share. Anne Njeru, imeandikwa Njeru. Anne Njeri Njoroge, ana own one share. Total number of shares owned 2. Hizo shares zingine 998 nani ana own?
Asante mheshimiwa. Even kwa hiyo swali ambayo ni ya muhimu sana. So pia inaturudisha kwa ile swali ya kwanza kwamba wewe ndio director, lakini hapa pia umelist Millennium Homes as a director, kwamba ni sawa yule jitendo swali ni secretary, but kuna huyu Millennium Homes who is also a director ambaye mko 50-50 katika shareholding, because regardless of the number of the shares na ni
Millennium, yes, inaweza patikana, lakini kwa wakati huu amejitoa kitambo.
Mpatieni muda tu kidogo.
Yeah, but I think, Chair, we are being taken around by Anne Njeri.
No.
Well, okay. Let her just answer the question. She says the director is not there, but you remember, this is a company registered in Kenya, so we don't have to worry, because we will summon the registrar to give us the correct position. So let us not deliver on it. Only that maybe ningetaka hiyo swali ya mawadhe ielezwe vizuri kama kuna wengine ambao hawajaonekana, kwa sababu katika shareholding ile document ambayo inatoka kwa registrar haiwezekani wakakupatia hii document kama iko na shares hazijulikani mwenyewe.
The other director left the company, and yet the new CRTO still reflects the name of that director. When was the last time you filed returns as a company? Because it's a requirement of the Companies Act.
Aya, jibu.
Yeah, nimefile returns zote.
When?
Ziko sawa.
If you are filing returns, were you updating the directors? If you are saying that the director left the company, or you are now concealing fraud here by misleading the registrar of company that this particular entity called Millennium Dream Homes is still a director, because this is the latest CR12 that reflects the shareholding of the company.
I think it's a straightforward question. On the matter of this document, we will find the registrar more reliable to provide us with the correct position. On the matter of returns, you can just tell us whether you've been filing any returns here in Kenya. I think she can answer. I think it is only fair. I know the technical matters I will request you to respond, but this one, since we don't want you to carry trouble for any person, you should just say whether or not the returns have been filed. Is it a yes or no?
Yeah, it is filed.
Okay. Now, it is a yes for you. You know, the witness is on oath. We can only take what she says and then maybe then establish. Yeah, but while you are there, as I establish your yes, I want to put it to you kwamba ile tax compliance certificate ambayo mmepatiana is fake.
No, it's not fake.
I have it, it is fake. I have it here, it is fake. And you know, Anne, you just want us to go slowly. to me, you are like a mother. We are not in politics here, we are just to help. And I would not want you to put yourself in unnecessary trouble when you are on oath. And if this committee was interested in causing you troubles, then already we have identified a lot of gaps. But when somebody prints a certificate of compliance, KRA, and even misspells the words compliance, and it's written tax complaints certificate, that can take you through a lot of trouble. And I just want to engage anybody, including the media. Just look at the spelling for, these documents are generated automatic and therefore it cannot misspell. So I just want you to look at this document and how the tax compliance is written. I mean, not unless my eyes have a problem. Where is the sergeant at arms? Just pass this document to even our friends from the media. Just look at how the tax compliance is spelled.
Chair.
All right, let's pass it to the rest to. I don't want this to appear it is like a committee which has a problem. For the state, you can assist me, my eyes have a problem.
Chair, we are told we have two documents. One has correct spelling, the other one has...
Yeah, this one, right spelling.
Compliance. This is complaints. All right. Okay. Let us give it a benefit of doubt that KRA misspelled. Then, no, let us say, this committee does not make conclusions until we get facts. So we will establish further and we will call KRA so that they can also state their position on that document. And in terms of sorry? You want to? Yes, you can pass the certificate. All right, members, let us make progress. Like I said, this particular committee is not placed in a position where it is the authority to verify documents. When we have an issue with a document, then we call the relevant authority. And I've already identified clerk. You will need to make 2 people appear before this committee. And one of the latest is a KRA, and the other one was the registrar. That said, Mheshimiwa Mawade, prosecute your point. Let us make progress. Let's not repeat what we have already dispensed of.
Yes, but I need to ask a witness a question.
Please do.
Madam Anne, I just wish to remind you that you are under oath. It's very important. And I saw somebody say here that we are acting like, no, we're not acting like, we are a court once we move to this stage. Is this your certificate of compliance? The one you just gave to the chairman? You handed it to the chair, to your lawyer, and you gave it to the chairman. This is your certificate of compliance. Is that correct?
Ilikuwa imelipiwa through e-citizen, so it is not my mistake of kuandika hiyo mistake iko hapo.
Okay, I'm not asking about the spelling. Yeah. The answer is question. Is this your certificate of compliance?
Yes.
Thank you. On your bill of lading, you imported this. Where did you import the fuel from? Which country? Which port?
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
And Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
So Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan. On your bill of lading, it is showing that the oil was imported from or exported from the port of Jeddah port. That is, I'm just reading your bill of lading. And it is dated September 29th, 2023. On your So you imported, on your letter of guarantee, is dated by the LLC Alpha AAA. Your letter of guarantee is dated 27th November 2023. After you already exported the oil, then you got the letter of guarantee. So you got the money, you got the product without the letter of guarantee. Also, the same organization gave you the letter of attestation of oil shipment on, that is the, for the record, Alpha AAA on the 18th of October 2023. How did you access the funds to allow the shipment to be shipped out before you got the letter of guarantee that's normally required by the bank? Before you are given the funds are released before the funds, so that the funds are released, and then once the funds are released, then the oil gets to leave. Your documentation is actually in total reverse. The first is the last, the middle should have been the second, and then the third, the first one, the last one should have been the first one. All the three documents. Can you explain, please?
Yeah, hizo document zilitumwa na refinery wakati mafuta ilipotea, na walituma ya kudhibitisha ya kwamba hiyo mafuta ni hao waliweka kwenye meli, na hiyo mafuta ni ya Anne's Import and Export Enterprise Limited. That's why walileta hizo barua mbili kwa hizo date tofauti.
Where is your letter of guarantee that you are given to take to the bank? Letter of credit, sorry. Letter of credit.
We do MT103 direct payment, not rate of credit.
Are you able to facilitate the chair of this committee with listen to my question? Madam, order. Listen to my question.
Yes.
Listen to my question. I have not asked my question. Are you able to facilitate the chairman of this committee with your bank details, where you paid those funds from, please?
Ndio.
Haya, uko nazo, unaweza kumpatia kama ulivyopatia zile zingine tafadhali?
Ninaweza kumpatia, lakini is not for public.
Not for public?
Yes, anaweza kuona.
And anytime you talk about not for public, this is the parliament. We have considered ourselves as a court. That's why you swore. You are talking and giving evidence under oath. So can you proceed to facilitate or give the chairman the bank details, please? Clerk and sergeant, can we be assisted to give the chair?
All right. So that now we can make progress. I think an opinion is already formed. Maybe on the matter of the documents, I want to refer you to the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, and specifically Section 18(1), invitation and summoning of witnesses. Parliament or its committees may invite or summon any person to appear before it for the purpose of giving evidence or providing any information, paper, book, record, or document in the possession or under control of that person. And in this respect, Parliament and its committees shall have the same powers as the High Court as specified under Article 125 of the Constitution. So the documents being sought, I understand what you mean, because really it is your bank account. You do not want people to see your private balances. Unlike us politicians, we like to share so that people know we have no money. In fact, if we had an opportunity to share our statements, to be very, very happy, so that you can see members who receive maybe 5,000 in a month. So, but at the same time, it is our duty to establish this, because the payment is done from your account. And therefore, you will submit the details of the bank that made these transfers, not for purposes of establishing your personal data, but for purposes of trying to verify with that bank every little detail about this particular payment. And I think that is fair enough. So that information must be provided to the committee, the details of the specific bank that made this transfer, and the amount of the transfer in whatever currency the money was paid in. With that, members, please, I want us to summarize this particular matter. We still have two more appearing before us, right? And therefore, you will be the last one, and I'll give you only 30 seconds Mulanya. And you are doing it for the second. Can I allow Mulanya, then you?
Okay.
Please. Mulanya. And so can we just do faster? Tuanze hapo na tumalizie hapo. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Anne, you said that you have been trading in oil. Can you just give us the names of the companies you have been supplying, at least 5 of them for the last 5 years, so that we'll follow up to verify? Because this is not the first import you are doing. Thank you.
All right.
Asante Madam Anne, maswali yangu ni mawili kwako. Nikienda kwa poto ya IPRA, sioni jina la kampuni yako ambayo imekuwa inafanya biashara, ingawaje umesema yako unafanyia kule Dubai. Lakini vile mwenyekiti alianza kuuliza hapo awali ni kwamba masharti ama requirements kufanya biashara ya mafuta importation katika nchi yetu la lazima uwe na IPRA license, na naona kampuni yako ni ya miaka kama 10 na hata kuna mwaka mmekuwa na leseni ya IPRA. Na nikiangalia katika kampuni Galana ambayo imeweka presentation yao katika page 6 chairman, utaona yale kampuni ambaye mafuta ambaye Galana inasema ilileta ambaye ina upishi kutoka kwa Madam Anne. Ukiangalia page 6 barua ya Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, State Department for Petroleum, ambaye imeandikiwa CEO wa Galana, utaona kampuni zote ambazo zilikuwa na share ya hiyo mafuta ambayo ililetwa. Kwa hivyo inaonekana
buyer participation.
Yes. Na naona katika hizi kampuni sijaona kampuni ya Anne ambayo ina IPRA license. Na pia ningetaka pia nimeona kwa leseni ile ya county government wako nayo, na sheria inasema ni lazima uwe na IPRA license. So tungetaka pia kujua hiyo IPRA license ambayo nilimsikia kwa TV akisema ameapply katikati ya mwaka ama mwaka ikienda kuisha. Sasa zile kampuni ambazo zinafanya mafuta zina apply sasa leseni ya mwaka ujao. Kwa hivyo inaonekana kwamba yeye hakuwa na leseni na hafai kuparticipate kuuza mafuta katika nchi yetu ya Kenya bila IPRA license. Kwa hivyo biashara yake katika ipoto ya IPRA haiko kabisa. So ningetaka tu ajue hivyo.
Aya. So please the last one. Please the last one. Kabisa.
Mr. Chairman, mine is just a statement. It's just a comment to the team of Anne Njeri, because I can see there is an advocate in this team. I'm of the feeling that this committee was not accorded by this team the respect it deserves. And the reason why I'm saying this is why they decided to supply or to furnish this committee with the faint copies. Was it deliberate, or from where did you generate these copies? Thank you, Chairman.
All right, something must come to an end. You will just allow me to conclude at that. On this question asked by Mheshimiwa Ladwa on the IPRA license, I request you, Mheshimiwa, we skip that because she has already said she has never dealt with any importation of the product in the country. So basically, so that explains. But maybe you can respond to this question of, was it deliberate? Because all your documents cannot be read. They are in a font which is very specific to frustrate us.
Point of order, Chair.
Why is it that these documents are so faint? Okay. Who was printing?
I don't know if I can respond. I think because of the time that they were given, they went to run copies, but they didn't know that black and white would come out faint. But I do commit that I shall provide colored copies, a set of 15 for each member.
So it was a problem with the printer?
Yeah, photocopier.
Okay. Where is 30 seconds?
Yes, thank you so much, Chair. In a dispute between two, I just want to give an example, an analogy. Ikiwa tunang'ang'ania gari mbili ambazo registration ni sawa of our ownership, number one, tutahitaji kuona logbook.
Nini?
Tutahitaji kuona logbook. After kuona logbook, pengine kama tumenunua the same car from someone, tungependa kuona either invoice ama sale agreement. Kufikia sasa, Galana wametuonyesha letter of credit ya kuonyesha meli ni yao, na pia walituonyesha commercial invoice ambayo watailipia after 180 days. Sasa kutoka kwa Njeri, because na wao pia they are claiming ownership of this product, we have not been able to see anything. No proof of payment, because Chair, I think I want to support Mawade kwamba kufikia sasa hiyo swift confirmation ingekuwa iko mbele yako. Kama hilo halijafanyika, then I think we don't have any case to prosecute here. Yeah, that is my submission.
And that you have given us, I will just stick to the questions that you asked us to respond to. And I would also want to say that to this committee that this matter is a subject of an ongoing litigation pending in the High Court of Kenya in Mombasa under the Admiralty Claim E005 of 2023, Anne's Import and Export Enterprise Limited, plus Galana Energies Limited, Kenya Ports Authority, and Kenya Pipeline. We've also attached a copy of that under Appendix KPA1. But just to go directly to, in terms of the ownership of the consignment, I wish to state that as KPA, in terms of the ownership of the consignment, when a ship calls at the port of Mombasa, there is always an agent that represents the ship. So
what?
There is an agent, a ship's
agent
that represents the ship owner, the cargo owner, and also all the interested parties in that in the consignment. So in this instance, I would wish to, there's a document that we've submitted, And the document which we request always as KPA before even doing anything or even offering any service to the ship is to request for the cargo manifest. And in the cargo manifest, which is attached in our report on page 35, which was submitted by the agent, is a 19-page document. It details clearly the name of the ship, the port of discharge, the flag of the ship, the quantity of cargo that's to be discharged, and in this instance it was gas oil, 93,460 and 460 metric tons. In terms of the name of the master, it was Dimitros Stakatos, and the loading port was in Saudi Arabia, and it was loaded between 28th of September 2023, clearly indicating the country of origin as Saudi Arabia, and the port of loading was Yambu. So in that manifest, it details who is the shipper, which is Saudi Arabia Oil Company, that is Aramco. Then the consignee is Galana Energies Limited. And then now the other ones involves the notified parties, the type of goods. Then the rest is indicated in that document. So as far as I'm concerned, the consignee of the product or the shipper was Aramco, while the consignee was Galana Energies.
Let me ask you, because with that you may not even need to proceed further, because there is a document you are saying that for any ship that docks there, you must have this thing, this manifest.
Yes.
And the manifest you are saying clearly indicates the source, the origin is?
Yes.
Is where?
The origin is Saudi Arabia.
Consignee is who?
The consignee is Galana Energies.
Have you received another one, manifest with a consignee of similar amount?
No. Neither have I received and neither am I aware of.
Are there ships coming without agents?
Never. I've never seen one.
So I think we are just wasting committee's time.
Very
because,
true.
Because
very true.
Because members, do we even have time to continue with this? Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So we are very happy for your time and your presence. We appreciate your presence, and you are on oath. Remember the documents you provide in here.
Very true.
If anything has any misinformation, of course, it has implications. But if there is no ship coming without any agent, and the only ship that the doctor has this particular manifest, and you are sure it is the same cargo we are talking about?
Very sure.
So this other story, do you know what it is about?
I don't know. I wanted to hear from you. Because also I've also been reading in the social media.
Yes.
And what I've really wished even to see who is this person known as Anne. I don't know.
Have you ever, but there is no other ship coming from
in the port of Mombasa,
Pakistan that with a different agent, similar amount?
See, what I can even confirm to you, and I can even demonstrate to you, Chair, is that when we were told this is the name of the ship, I can confirm it. It loaded in the port of Yambu, Saudi Arabia. In the port of Mombasa, we have a tracking system. I can even show you that the ship loaded in Yambu, and you can see it. You can track it.
How it was
all
moving.
the way from when it loaded in Yambu all the way until it arrived in Mombasa.
Yeah.
The route it passed, I can also show you.
I think you raised a very important point. Why? How did we miss that? Because the ship is in Mombasa. Why did we just get the tracking details of how, whether it was coming from?
I can demonstrate to you here just right now, Chair.
Yeah. So
I can make your work very easy.
You can organize a
It is here, Chair. It's not far. It's here.
Let me have it.
I can show you. You know, it's a system.
It's in the soft copy, eh? So what you can do, you can generate it's a map.
No, what is there, yes. Chair, if you can allow me to demonstrate to you, only give me 2 or 3 minutes.
Go ahead.
I demonstrated.
Go ahead.
So let my officer log in, and then he just log in.
Live. Yeah, it's live.
Just like the planes.
Yes. So this is just a map of all the ships currently. And,
but allow me, Chair, to start and possibly lay the record before the Honorable House through the committee on the issue of the petroleum claim by one Anne Njeri, which you did say you have really prosecuted, but because we did prepare a response which addresses how petroleum products are traded in Kenya, it's important to lay this record to appreciate the licensing framework for one to operate in the petroleum space in Kenya. And then, Chair, we have that response pursuant to the letter that was written to us formally on the 17th of November. We did prepare a response which I've laid before the House, and I just want to confirm that we have that record so that I don't have to go word by word or sentence by sentence. Where you did ask us to respond to 3 issues, in particular the status of the investigation. Sorry, let me just get it. Okay. Somebody has stapled the power to the Hagui's. So you did ask us to really delve deep into this ship that was claimed by an Import and Export Enterprise Limited, that when Anne Njeri came to my office someday to complain, you would only expect that if somebody is making a claim on a dispute, the place to really take that dispute is to the investigation agencies, because I found it very strange that I had a very comprehensive file on how this product was nominated in September to come to Kenya through Saudi Aramco, how the agents of Saudi Aramco, Galana, had basically gone round about opening the letter of credit, doing everything that goes into getting the SGS inspection, working through the due process to berth the ship, and for somebody to come and make a claim that this is my product. And when we check for the registration documents, which requires one to be licensed, she did not have those documents because she came to my office with some documents. So I said the best place to go to would be the DCI to open a file. I was seized of the complaint because Captain Ruta, the CEO for Kenya Ports Authority, had called me about a week earlier and told me of somebody making a claim on that ship. So I was aware that there was a complaint. And subsequent to that, I had received a complaint from Saudi Aramco wondering whether Mombasa was safe in terms of a destination, because, you know, a product secured on an LC, until the LC is unwound through payment, there is a risk. And therefore, it was portending our port to be a risky port, a port where a whole ship costing between $80 million and $100 million could get lost, or somebody could make a claim on such a ship. So we took it very seriously, and I was happy when she came to my office, because at least she was putting a face to the claim that had been made, and I got her to report to the DCI to make her claim and present her documents, which for me I didn't have any investigative capacity to say whether they are fake or whether they are proper documents, but she had some very scribbled kind of unreadable photocopies. Some of the things which I could easily tell there's a problem, because one of the things under the bill of lading was at port of loading. The loading was done 2 days before it docked in Mombasa. So it was like, how is it possible that you can load a product at the Gulf and then the ship is in Mombasa after 2 days? But again, it was not for me to really investigate. That's why I sent that to DCI. So, Chair and honorable members, we have a very good chronology of a document which really, even when she said she had applied for a license and that she was handling a product of 85,000 metric tons, if she had handled one, that would have been enough for her to qualify for a license. But when she was taken through the licensing framework, she did not meet the licensing requirement, because if she was a trader in cargoes like this, you can easily be licensed after you only trade one ship. So it appeared to me like she's applied for a license, she doesn't meet the minimum 6.6 million liters in 3 years. And yet one ship is, if you just trade in one ship in the period she's been trading, that would be enough for her to qualify to be licensed. And then that's why, in my own judgment, she did not really, she was not making, to me, a credible argument, and I felt the right place for her to go was to the DCI to make a claim for proper investigations to be done. And then we left it at that. It was even difficult to communicate with her because even the language of communication was only Kiswahili. And she told me she's been trading out of Dubai, and she's been shipping products all over the world. According to her, this ship was supposed to have been loaded in Azerbaijan. We don't handle products from that region. So the right place for her to go was to the investigation department for proper file to be opened and proper investigations to be done.
Maybe so that we can make progress on that, we have somehow managed to get a straightforward solution. We didn't know that all these ships have tracking, so we've tracked the ship in question for the period in question, because the claim was for a certain different port, and we wanted to know where that ship was at that particular time and the tracks until it hit Mombasa. And it is indeed clear that it was not where she said it was. So I think it's like a rested matter, because it's clear where, even currently, where that ship is, the ship in question, and where it was on the date it was loaded, the time, seconds when it was loaded, and how it moved to Mombasa. We have tried to look for the same ship being somewhere. She said it started with Kyrgyzstan, then Russia. Then she said it is not public. It was really a bit, it is not worth spending more time on it. I think you could leave the committee to dissect and maybe just look at the additional information you provided, but we feel like a committee that spending more time on that matter is just wasting taxpayers' money.
More radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge.